Also, thank you to our own Victoria for being the voice for our HLA and keeping everybody communicated when some of us didn't have power, and just so Victoria, on behalf of the board, thank you for all you've done. To our whole team, thank you. The HLA will officially reopen on Monday. And I'll be checking email over the weekend if there is anything that pops up. And I see that Jessica and Dominique are on, so I'll pass the torch to them.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you to making it to the official last Hurricane Ian meeting that we're gonna have. I just wanted to thank you all, let you know how much we appreciate you. The information that you were able to help us with, even pre-storm, during storm, and post-storm, really helped us to be able to prepare here at the Emergency Operations Center for additional measures that we needed to take to ensure that we could get our vulnerable folks to safe places, that we were prepared for the numbers, we were prepared for the additional kind of just expectations that we may need to consider. I hope that the communication was helpful. One of the things that I've already kind of reached out to Monica to talk about was we're going to do some after action stuff to talk about, you know, what worked well, what can we improve upon, and how we can continue to work together in our partnership. And really, if you think back, this is our second year and even working together as a team to do these sort of communication pieces. Last year we got lucky, but I think the things that were set in motion last year really helped us to contribute to the success of this year. And so again, we can all tell our community was incredibly lucky. That a few days ago, that was going to be us that you've seen on the news. And so I just encourage you all. I've worked with several of our homeless partners down in Lee County in previous roles, and they've got a very long road ahead of them. It's going to be a storm that changes really the whole demographic of their community. So if you have the opportunity to support them, keep them in mind. If resource requests come in through your own network, let's try to do what we can to help them out.
Jessica,
yeah.
This is Monica. Sorry, can you share some of that information with me? Because I was going to try to reach out to some individuals down in Lee County and other counties, but I wasn't sure who exactly would be the good people, you know, appropriate to reach out to. If you could send that to me also, because I'd like to send them a note on the behalf of the CoC to see what unmet needs they may have that we could potentially help. I know our community has unmet needs, but right now, you know, we want to do what we can to help our whole state.
Sure, absolutely. Yes, so I'll keep you posted of any information that comes through my way. But I appreciate you all. Like I said, we'll conduct some after action discussions to talk about moving forward and how we can continue to improve. And Dominique may be able to give a better update, but she's the last man standing at our very last step down hotel. I think I've talked to her more this morning than I have the entire time she's worked with us. But do you just want to give a quick update of where we're at? Because I think we consider it a big success of really this whole operation, our last piece.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. I am at our last step down shelter, like she had mentioned, and these were people that were being relocated from all of these shelters related to hurricane needs. And there were some identified homeless families in the units here. There's been some landlord-tenant issues. There's been some hotel issues. And with the help of Directions for Living, we were able to get the last two. They're actually in the process right now of going places. After this call, there should be, I think, 4 people left with medical needs. So homes that, you know, they require oxygen or, you know, severe medical needs that require utilities and are in places where those have not been restored. So we have come a long way from being over 5,000, I think, residents were in shelters down to almost 4.
Yeah, and then so the final piece, I know there were a couple of unmet needs. We were able to connect some food deliveries, I think, to Pinellas Hope while they were still working on getting their utilities back online. So there have been lots of incredible successes, both big and small, really throughout this whole event. Again, it was contributing to the work that you guys do or the information that you shared up with us so that we could help those folks who we don't always typically have a pulse on in emergency management. So again, I think this was a great best practice. We've already started talking about how we can incorporate the unique things we do here in Pinellas, and to a workshop that we can present to some of the other emergency management partners across the state. So we're certainly not there yet. We're working on supporting each other through just really the response and recovery piece. But further down the road, know that we're going to be sharing some of these best practices statewide, that with the hopes that other folks will want to emulate the incredible partnerships we have. So with that, I'll say thank you. I'm still available with questions if you have other thoughts. And again, I guess probably the best way, we'll talk through what after action looks like, but we'll be sure to include everybody on those thoughts as well. So thank you all so much.
Jessica, I don't want to cut you off. I did want to ask if there were still any unmet needs. Larry, I had reached out to you and Katrina yesterday, and I didn't know if power had been restored back at Turning Point yet.
Yes, power's back on. We're fully operational, Dominique. Thank you.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I know everyone's going in a lot of different directions. Are there any unmet needs at this time or resources that we can connect people to? I know there's not a lot on the call today. Everyone's in recoup mode today. All right. So just reiterating what Jessica said, thank you, everyone. And I hope you have some time this weekend just to rest in the gratitude and the grace that we were provided this past week, and think of our neighbors down south.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all.